Hello, hello, good evening. Hi, I'm just asking Tim to unmute.
There we go. Good evening. I am here.
Good evening, everyone. Good to see you. Load shedding, I think, for so many people across, at least across Gauteng. I don't know about the rest of South Africa, but definitely across Gauteng.
Power's going off in a few seconds.
Okay, yeah, we've been load shedded 3 times today. So for anyone that isn't in South Africa and doesn't understand what load shedding is, it means that the government pulls the plug on our electricity for a few hours a day. Today it's happened 3 times to us already. But we are here. You'll see the light will probably come on later, but thank goodness for selfie lights and ring lights. And it just shows in our numbers as well. I think everyone is being load shedded across well, at least across Johannesburg. But welcome to all these beautiful faces.
That's it. Sorry, I'm busy trying to find get the Zoom ready. I've had to light candles. I should be able to. I've got my light on, attached to a laptop. I've got the battery hooked up to the Wi-Fi, so we all should be go. And isn't it interesting that Eskom is now blaming the Ukraine-Russia crisis because of the price of diesel's going up, so they've got to save their diesel because it costs so much money. They'll always blame anybody else, not themselves. Quite crazy.
Absolutely. Well, we're sending our love to everyone that is going through the struggle in Russia or in Ukraine, wherever. I mean, there's so much conflict, so wherever everyone is. I know I've had a few people contact me that are in Russia, so we're sending our love and thoughts and prayers to you, your families, that you stay safe. So
it's a big international community, and while we're waiting for other people to join, just type in the chat box, where are you joining us from? I'm not on YouTube, so we can only see the Zoom. Presently I'm in Langebaan. That's where we travel to at the moment. Next week we're off McGregor somewhere inland.
Some like showing off.
Just in case anybody wants to meet. Lapland in Finland. Well, I'd love to be there, but I think the drive's going to be long. But otherwise, one day we hope we're going to meet. I just like meeting real life-size people. So if anybody is in the areas where we're going to be traveling, we'd love to get together for a cup of coffee. So there we go. For those on for the first time, have a look through all the different areas and countries, and you'll realize that we are truly international. And that's what is so powerful. In fact, I think we're in 93 countries now, if I'm not correct. Might be more. You got an update?
It was 83, 84 and counting. So who knows where we are, which is amazing. And the last numbers I had was about 86,000 people in our community, which is insane. I mean, considering we only really got going at the beginning of the year, so in January, which is amazing.
It is. It's mind-blowing. It's mind-blowing.
90 countries. Cool.
Hi from New Zealand. Love New Zealand. Let's jump straight into it. We are on a few minutes past. We're going to have some other people joining us. They're going to get the nuts and the bolts. My name's Tim Wagner. I'm going to be introducing you to Petra. She's my wonderful hostess with me this evening here. She's going to be taking you through a lot of the reasons of why we're actually here, sharing with you. And it's real. Oh, there we go. Power's just gone. That's why I look funny.
You're still glowing. You look angelic.
Yeah, it's glowing a little bit. I don't know if that's okay.
There we go. Yeah, that's good.
Is that a little bit better? I can change color. Get a bit of color. There we go. All right. Yeah, sorry about that. Here we go. 171 on YouTube. Wow, thank you for 80. That's a wonderful number. A lot of people join on YouTube, uses less bandwidth, so why not? So Petra, I've had the privilege of meeting a few times in real life-size person. And what a wonderful experience that was. As the person that I got to know over Zoom is the same. She is who she is, and her passion is people, animals, welfare, environment. It stretches through everything. That if Petra can touch somebody's life or a creature's life to the better, then she's fulfilled as an individual. She's a published author. She has a non-profit called 1365, which is about helping you just do one thing different 365 days a year. As we all know, probably, that it's those little things that you do every day that add up to something huge. So helping people with mindset. She is in corporate. She is in non-profit space. She's married to a phenomenal husband of hers who is in the health and fitness industry, owns his own gym, and she's got a couple of her own kids. And those kids carry 4 legs, as do mine. So we share a common passion in animals, welfare, helping other people, making money. And so with her background and her experience, Petra is really qualified to share what she is going to share with you this evening. So you're going to hear from me a little bit later on, but for now, I'm going to hand you over to Petra.
Thank you so much, Tim. I just want to double check. Sorry, did I spotlight? Are you spotlighted? Add spotlight.
I have a spotlight on me, which is my cell phone, my light camera thing, whatever you call it.
Oh, yes. Apologies for the grittiness, but it is because I've only got one light on. But thank you so much for that, Tim. Yeah, I think Tim and myself are definitely a match made in Gift of Legacy heaven. We share so many of the same. You didn't think I was going to say that, did you? We share so many of the same, well, our hearts share so many of the same ideals and values. So it's been such a treat getting to know Tim. He's a lot taller in person. So if you're going to meet him in Langebaan or on his travels, there you go. I'm a lot shorter, apparently. Everyone tells me in person. But definitely get to wherever Tim's going. There's a different connection when you meet Tim in person, besides being a wealth of information. When it also comes to the online, the digital, the crypto space, I mean, blows my mind the amount of questions I ask you. Thank you, Tim. So if you can get to meet him, definitely go meet him. And then just from a personal development space, which is that space that we share. You know, for so many years, Tim was in corporate as well and in hospitality, helping other businesses grow, growing his own business as well. And then he decided, well, he didn't want to be employed anymore by a boss. He didn't want to 9 to 5 it. So now he's got 24 hours a day to work whenever he wants to work, to travel whenever he wants to travel, to spend time with his wife, Monica, and their 2 fur kids. Sorry, I'm just putting my phone on silent. I realized it isn't on. And they're just road tripping. They're digital nomads. So Tim gets to set up shop wherever he is. He just needs his laptop and phone and mobile connection and a ring light or a cell phone light. And he's good to go. So living, as I always say, his hashtag best life. So Tim, such a privilege to share the screen with you. And just Tim's going to be sharing the nuts and the bolts of what Gift of Legacy is. So I get so excited because Tim is our numbers guy. Numbers just make sense to him. He gets an absolute kick out of numbers. Numbers go in one year and out the other year for me. So if you hear me muddling numbers, it's just because I'm a pictures person and more on the that side. So Tim,
if you're not a numbers person, it's fine because I did fail maths 3 times. So there's hope for everybody. All right.
Oh, see, and I passed maths somehow on higher grade. Anyway. Okay, cool. Well, welcome to everyone that's here today. If this is your first time, you are here by invitation only. If you've been here more often, welcome. And you'll also know that you're here by invitation only. So you won't have seen this somewhere on social media. You are here because someone that cares about you, someone that is invested in your well-being, wanted to bring you on and invite you to share the next 30-ish minutes with us. So just sit back and relax. You don't have to do absolutely anything. We always encourage you to have your camera on because if your camera is on, you pay attention, you concentrate, you're present. I know when my camera is off, I get very distracted by answering emails, phones, etc. But you don't have to have your camera on. So thank you for joining us. Just for some information sharing to Gift of Legacy. Just the name itself, gifting. Who doesn't love to give gifts? Who doesn't love to receive gifts? And then legacy, of course, as we create a legacy of impact. So Gift of Legacy is a gifting activity with the most incredible algorithm that's been built in. I'd never come across anything like this before, anything as advanced as this before. And it's been created in a way that allows us all that are part of this community to ride the boards of abundance together. So you'll learn about a well-kept secret, which it was for many of us here. First time I heard about this was this time last year, but it is something that has changed the lives of millions worldwide. So if you're ready, let's get going, Tim. Awesome. So this is a little excerpt out of a book called Conscious Evolution. And pretty much what we're talking about is, I'll take out little snippets, is that socially responsible investing, as we know, is highly profitable. We're growing beyond the current monetary structure. The exciting thing is that a new economic paradigm is arising out of the breakdown of the top-down economic model, like corporates, that accrues vast wealth to the 1% of humanity, while billions of people struggle to survive and live. We know this to be true. We know this to be a fact. Where people just keep striving. There's never enough money at the end of the month. People just get stuck in this loop. And this is exactly what Gift of Legacy is about, and that we are sharing, caring. We're a gifting economy that is self-sufficient as a community. And we love to inspire and help people to come together to grow a beautiful community, to support each other so that we can thrive. And Irvin Laszlo says, either we will join together for an ecological civilization in the next few years, or we'll become extinct. We're going back to community, supporting communities. And this is what I absolutely love about us here, is we're not fighting for space. We're not cutthroat and taking each other out. We're here together to uplift each other. Quick disclaimer, this presentation is for information sharing only. It's not to be construed as financial advice because neither Tim nor myself nor Gift of Legacy or any of our beautiful presenters are registered financial or tax advisors. So this information is purely to show you an example of what you can expect and to share from our personal stories and perspectives of what we've come across, what we've experienced. So Tim and myself are here as volunteers. We're not paid to be here. We don't earn salaries, commissions at all. We're just here to share from our experience because this is what we do, right? We're here for people development, to help each other thrive and grow. So this is what makes us happy. So who is this for? So I've had some beautiful conversations with people today from all over the world. One of my boards is finally opened up, so I'm getting a whole lot of gifts, and I've waited for so long for this. So really, really excited for this one board. And the conversation, thank you, Tim. And I've been chatting with someone in Chile, someone in Peru, Spain, Rome, and then South Africa as well, which has been cool. So not everyone is gifted. Some people are on different journeys, but we've just been connecting anyway. And the beautiful story is that everyone has come together because there's a sense of community. There's a sense of excitement that people are so excited. I mean, where do you come across this? People are so excited to gift me, someone that they don't know, that they've never met before. I've just gifted someone else as well, my legend, and it was the biggest thrill. It made me so happy to send her a message to say, hey, I've just landed on your board. How can I gift you? And where else do you come across a community like this? So it is about sowing and reaping. It's about giving. And yes, we know that we'll receive. But just that excitement about blessing someone into abundance. Oftentimes someone you don't even know. And an absolute kicker for me is helping others succeed in life, for both Tim and myself and our personal development journeys and the work we do. And the big one, which is actually in red, interestingly enough, which is take control of your own life. So putting that oxygen mask on for yourself for a change. So maybe you're the type of person that because you've believed in sowing and reaping so much and giving and giving and giving and giving, you haven't been open to receiving or accepting abundance, accepting gifts. So now is the time that you can actually put your own oxygen mask on first and help others as well. So how does it get better than that? If you've answered yes to any of these, let's have a look at what Gift of Legacy is about, how it works. All right, so as you know, global gifting activity, you would have seen in the chat, people from across the world There are no limitations to our borders. Members in over 30 countries and growing. How amazing is that? And we are really uplifting communities. So not just our own little silo, but communities across the world. And while we do that, we're able to develop ourselves, enhance ourselves. So from a personal development space, whether it's learning new skills, like, just how to be on these Zoom calls. I've learned how to play music so that everyone can hear it and actually hear it as opposed to the last time when I didn't have it on. So that's one little thing. Learning from Tim in terms of being in the digital space and sending currencies across the world, and then personal development in the sense of changing your mindset, because you will only grow and develop your life based on what's going on inside, based on your limiting beliefs. You're showing up in your life based on your perspective of what life is, how open you are to receiving, how open you are to abundance, and making the change that you need to make. So really what we're about is saying yes to the possibilities, saying yes to the change. So if you're part or willing to be part of your own rescue, you're in the right place. So let's keep creating abundance for each other. So Gift of Legacy is part of sacred economics, which is financial gifting really that has been used around the world for centuries. In Africa, we call it the Ubuntu culture, which is communities helping each other, which really is what Gift of Legacy is about. It was created by the community for the community. 100% legal. It's just off the mainstream. And it has been so for decades. So we're still part of society. We still pay our taxes, etc. But it's just another source of income. It's another way of building income for ourselves and each other. It's blessed millions into abundance by sharing the wealth into the hands of many, as opposed to sharing the wealth to that 1% that's on the top. Like a corporate structure. There's the CEO, the stakeholders, where now we're sharing the wealth equally amongst the whole community, which is beautiful. So millions of dollars get shared globally. I did not know that this was even possible at the time, but it does truly get shared globally amongst people, whether it's annually, monthly, weekly, and even daily. I've received 2 gifts today. It was the best thing. I'm so excited. And I know some people as well, some of our volunteers, some people that gifted me that have just flown through the boards as well. Others that it's taken a bit longer, but the point is we're all getting blessed at different points in time, which is exciting. So we're giving hope and education and blessing people into abundance, which is the most beautiful thing to experience and witness. Cool. Decentralized. So this is what makes me personally feel safe. Have you ever been part of, a platform where you put your money into a platform or into a company or into an institution, or hand your money over to a broker or trader? And then at some point that company or broker or trader or person or CEO of the business decides to up and leave with all of your money, or shut it down, or it's a scam or whatever, and all your money's gone. This is completely the opposite of that, in that it is decentralized, because Gift of Legacy is not a company, it's not an institution, a broker, and it's not a trader. We sit and we're held in a trust. So the reason and the whole point of having the website is that all it does is connect each of us. It connects the gifters to the recipients, or to the receivers, to the legends. So we'll break that down. And it just manages the movement of the boards and the community. So it literally just connects us across the world and says, hey, now it's your time to gift this person, and then this person to gift that person. It's the only reason. So no money goes into a platform at all. All you need is your computer and smartphone, internet connection, and then WhatsApp and Telegram is essential, because that's how we communicate. And those are the only details that you put on the system, on the website, is your name, surname, username, telephone number, and your email address, so that I can reach you to get hold of you when it's my turn to gift you. How does it get better than that? So it's peer-to-peer. This is exactly the whole reason, is that I gift you directly, and then you gift the next person directly, and so on and so on and so on. So 100% of the gifts get given directly to you, So it's between you and the person that's gifting you to chat about how you would like to receive your gift. So if it's into your bank account, if you're in the same country, or if it's into PayPal or crypto or Revolut or any platform, that's up to the both of you to chat and see how you're going to gift and receive. So no third party controls any money. We really please, we stress this. This is peer-to-peer. It's between you and the other person. You don't need to give your money over to anyone to manage it for you. This is your profile. You manage it. So there are no tokens on the platform, which makes it 100% risk-free. So really exciting. And it's all in your control. You never have to part with any money until you're gifting it in a beautiful virtual bow to someone else's account. Oh, there's the lights. Okay, amazing. Just as we go down to perpetual, which is awesome. It's that Mobius strip, that infinity loop in the corner there, which means it's ongoing, non-stop, and passive. So it's perpetual gifting and receiving for as long as you choose and remain in the community. So you'll keep gifting, you'll keep receiving over and over and over and over into infinity. And the lovely thing about this is that you can actually put it in your will and pass it on as a legacy gift to someone, whether it's someone in your family or friends or a cause or a nonprofit that's close to your heart. Of course, Just One Thing 365, my nonprofit, is going straight here. Our girls are going to be looked after as well, because I've started a profile for them, by our girls, our rescue dogs, and money's going to go into all the foundations that support them as well. So that's the beautiful thing about this. Where else do you get a place like this where you can keep gifting beyond your time here on earth? So this is what's really meaningful to me, and this one hit home. So yay, let's move on. Cool. I love this slide. It's so colorful and happy. So gift of legacy, I hope that by now you've realized that it's more than just a gifting activity. We help each other grow and succeed while supporting each other and uplifting one another. So I'm happy to chat with anyone else, even though, let's say you've introduced someone, I'm still happy to chat with that person, because it doesn't matter. If I'm helping you speak to your people because I don't get paid for this, I don't feel like I need to recruit people. This isn't multi-level marketing, which nothing wrong with it. There's great businesses. But the beautiful thing is, because this is peer-to-peer, you're not selling product, you're not selling services, you don't have to keep buying monthly. It's none of that stuff. It's a gifting community that we gift each other peer-to-peer. You gift from the heart. You share the love with those that you care about, which is so easy. Just like you're sharing your favorites or sharing about your favorite movie, or you've just tasted this delicious meal at this new restaurant and you tell a friend about it. That's what this is. It's conversation that comes up naturally, and it's saying, oh my goodness, hey, I've just received this that I've put into the nonprofit. This is how I did it, which is so cool and so exciting. And then you guide your team, which Tim's going to go over. And as you become a legend, you build your legacy. So we're a community with the same goal, in that we want to change lives. And the best thing is that as we change our lives, we can change the lives of others even more, because we're putting our oxygen masks on first. So thank you so much. I'm going to hand over to Tim, who's going to walk you through the bolts and the nuts and all the behind the scenes and how it works. So pay attention to every word.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. A lot of information was shared there. So if you are here for the first time, make notes, as we won't be doing questions and answers, but then get back to the person who invited you. And I would highly recommend watching this again, or one of the other presenters as well, as this may be sort of different language and you're not really quite getting what we're talking about, but let's try and round it up for you by talking about numbers. As Petra said, I like doing numbers. Well, I was awful at maths, but anyway, we're looking at numbers here. And based upon what's going on in the economies around the world, and I think it's in every single country we're affected by what's happening, we turn around and look at things and go, well, how do we afford to pay the bills? I know every time I go and fill up my van, it's another 180 Rand what it used to be. My parents in the UK, They're telling me that it's another 22,000 Rand a year in heating and electricity. That's nearly 2,000 Rand a month. In dollar terms, what's that, about $150? Now, where do you get that extra money from? Can't keep sort of cutting back and cutting back. Well, my mindset for years has been, well, I need to find another way to get additional income. And as Petra said, this could be an income stream. So let's have a look to see whether you believe that the effort that you need to put in, because yes, you will need to do some things. No get rich quick scheme here. No investment structures. This is requirement where you do need to do some things, learn some new skills. But let's see if what you need to put in is worth it for you for what you're going to get out. Now, I can answer it from my perspective, and the answer is yes. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here talking with you on a Wednesday evening. But you decide whether it's for you. So there's $100. In fact, there's two things that everybody's required to do. The first is $100, and that's to get access to the system where you're gifting another person we call the legend. I'll explain that. And the second is, as Petra said, you share this. If you enjoy something, you share it with other people. And when you see the true value in what we have here this evening, you will just share it with absolutely everybody you find. So $100 gets you into the perpetual system, and this is the one and only time that you'll ever take money out of your own pocket. And it's peer-to-peer. Exactly what Petra said, person to person. Doesn't go onto the platform. Nobody holds the funds for you. And this is one of the key things, what I call my golden nuggets that I loved about this. Is I've been scammed before. I've lost a lot of money in platforms. And every time that I've lost it, it's because somebody else was in charge of my finances. They were holding the money, and I had to ask for it. Now, in this environment, it isn't the case. It's person contacting direct. And we contact each other on WhatsApp and Telegram or email. And then based upon how the agreement is, it depends on how the funds are done. Airtime wise, world remit, cryptocurrencies. That's the big one that my background for the last 6 years is in cryptos. But we're going to have to maybe learn some of these new skills to find out, well, how do you move funds internationally? But that's part of the excitement of what we do, because you're not going to make this type of money I'm going to be talking about based upon the knowledge that you have already from your job or your traditional business. So over the next couple of slides, we're going to be looking at that round yellow circle U, and I'm going to be taking you through how it works through these 4 boards. And there's 4 of them. $100 is the first, that gets you entry. 400, 16, and 5,000 is the next one. Can you imagine gifting somebody that you've perhaps never met? Can you imagine gifting them $5,000? That's a lot of money. Well, I know that gifting somebody $5,000 would only be a matter of time that somebody else is going to be gifting me back. So I'm very willing to do that. But you don't have $5,000. Aha! But you do. It's all about peer. And I'll show you how you can actually get that. Now, there's some big numbers I've put on the screen. Have a look at them. 42,749,000. Now, I've been around enough and been in so many presentations and business opportunities in these things where they throw massive numbers at you. And in the end, it's only this guy at the top who got there first who's actually going to get that. Well, I'm going to break it down to you, for you in the next few minutes, that you'll see that, in fact, the person at the top goes back to the bottom. The person at the bottom goes to the top. So everybody's got the opportunity to ride these boards of abundance. This is what a board looks like. It's split into 2. Left and right hemisphere. At the bottom, you've got the gifters, the builders, the guide, and then the legend. The legend in the middle is the one who receives the gifts. The gifters are the ones who naturally gift. That's where you get access to it. Yeah? Excuse me. First board, 100 entry. When you leave the board, $800 exit. Now, it isn't a business, but I'm a businessman. I'm from a business background, so perhaps you are as well. You're looking at it and going, well, that's an 8-fold return. That's not too bad. That number's quite exciting, actually. What do I need to do to get that? Well, let's have a look at how it works. When you first join and you register, very simple process, as Petra said. You join a board and you gift the legend $100. So you'll say to the legend, hi, legend, my name is Tim. I've just joined your bronze board and I would like to gift you $100. The gift goes, the legend goes back and says, wow, that's amazing. Thank you so much, Tim. I'm in South Africa, so if you are as well, we can do FNB or PayPal, or okay, maybe not PayPal, bad example, cryptocurrencies, or how would you like to? And then you agree, and so the gift moves. What happens next? Well, there's 8 positions in the gifters, as you'll see, 4 on the left and 4 on the right. 8 new people are going to be coming in. They each gift the legend $100. And when that happens, the board splits. In other words, the person who was the legend moves off the top. The next position down, which is that guide, and there's two guides, move to the legend position of their own board, as it's now their chance to receive. What happens to you? You move from the gifter position to the builder. There we go. You've moved up one. What is your role now? Well, your role is you've already been sharing this with people. You've met others and you've been on many calls. You've been on the training session on Saturday. You've learned some things. You've seen that this is powerful and there's a lot available and opportunities for everybody. So now you're going to be a builder. What does a builder do? A builder builds. Builder introduces their two people, minimum of two. Only time that you actually ever need to do this. Can you do more? Yes, you're welcome to. What do you get out? How long does it take to move through a board? It depends what you put in. You're welcome to introduce a lot more than two. Many of us have. So you introduce your two. There they go. They each gift the legend. So the other builder introduces their two, the other builder theirs and theirs and theirs. And you're just following a system. The system that is simple to duplicate. Now, once all 8 gifters have gifted the legend, the board splits again, follows the same process. You now move to guide. What does a guide do? A guide guides the builders. You are here for support, to help. You see, you've learned a few new skills. The skill, how you spoke to people, how you introduced them, perhaps the same way that you're on this call for the first time, as somebody sent you a short video, an introduction, or said, listen, come join Petra and Tim. They got some interesting things to share. Whatever it is, get them onto the Zooms. That's why we're here. We're here to do it for you. So you just have to be the messenger and we will share the message. So you're now the guide. You help your builders bring their two in. And so 8 new people join the board. It's all about the influence that you're bringing more people onto the bronze board, the $100 board. Then the magical thing happens. And wow, it is absolutely powerful when you become a legend on your own board. This is the time you sit back and you go, I've done my work. I've gifted, I've trained people, I've supported. Now the people coming in are going to be gifting you $100 every time they come in. That's going to be $800 which you receive. How powerful is that? As you've seen, it's not a pyramid scheme, because what happens next is you're at the top, but now you're going to cycle off this board. You see, you finished the $100 board. You're going to move over to the perpetual $400, the $100 board, and the $400. This is what it looks like. You see, as any economy in the world needs, is they need cash flow. They need people to spend money. Recession happens in any economy when people stop spending. So a recession in this environment would be when you don't flow some of the money on. You're gifted $800, but it's not all yours to keep. You're championing it. You're looking after. You're a guide of some of that money, because 400 of that is what you're going to use to get onto the next board. Now, why would you want to do that? Well, $800 is nice, but is it life-changing? And it's $800 once, but we want to get ongoing income. Do the work once, get paid, receive, gifted on an ongoing basis. So you're going to hold back $500. That means $300 in your pocket. So the actual returns from a business perspective, it's twofold. $100 you put in, $300 you receive, $200 profit. Not bad. I didn't ask twice. I said, I'm in, that's fine. I scanned a lot, I understood a lot, but I knew one thing, that if I didn't begin, I was never going to find out how it actually worked. What happens next? Well, now you're on a perpetual $100 board. This is that ongoing, cyclical. But here's the exciting thing. Look at that number. You get to keep 700 this time. Why 700? Well, you're already on the next board. You're already on a $400 board. So once you've cycled off the legend position of a perpetual $100 board, you're no longer needing to gift 400 to the next board, because you're already there. So every time you cycle on a $100 board, you're going to be keeping $700. Now that is interesting. And if $700 is possible, let's see what's possible next. Because now you're on a $400 board. 400 by 8 gives you $3,200. And that is a handsome amount of money to have coming through your accounts if you cycle off the legend on there. And it works on exactly the same principle as the other board, where 8 gifters come in, and the gifters this time are the ones coming off the $100 board and a perpetual 400. So you get 2 different types of people coming. New people coming in off the $100 board, and those who are cycling off a legend position as well. And they're going to fill up these positions. There's 8 of them, and the board splits, and then 8 come in, the board splits, the 8 come in, and then you become a legend. Works on the same principle through all 4 boards. You receive $3,200, but yes, that's nice money. However, you're holding back, you're looking after $1,600 because you're going to gift that on to somebody. And wow, it's an amazing thing to gift $1,600 to somebody that you've never even met. I'm presently doing that to a chap in the US, and it's going to be in cryptocurrencies. It's just the easiest way to move the funds. $1,600 goes to the next board, $400 you're holding back to be on your second perpetual. So by this time now, you're going to be on 3 boards, 100 perpetual, 400 perpetual, and your 1,600. That means you're keeping $1,200. Now again, that's nice, but is it really life-changing? Let's have a look. If $1,200 is possible, what do you get when you come off a legend position on the perpetual board? You get $2,800, and I've done this, and it's a wonderful feeling. $2,800 is what you get to keep every time you come off the legend position. It's only a matter of time. I was asked earlier today, I was chatting to a young chap. He wanted to understand how the boards work. And he said, how can I move through the 400 and the 1,600 quicker? He said, the only way that you can do that is by influencing the $100 board. So don't stop sharing it. If you want to move through this quickly, the more people that you introduce, they follow you, and everything that they do helps push you through the system. And so it's like you get sucked up with that whole energy, with the momentum. It all happens on the $100 board, flowing through to the following. Now you're on the $1,600 board. $1,600 gets you going, and $12,800 is what you're going to leave with. Now the numbers start looking really exciting. You're holding back $5,000. $5,000 in any country is a substantial amount of money. In South Africa, that's 75,000 Rand. A lot of people don't earn that in 1 year, and that's one gift. You have $5,000 that you hold back from the gift you've received to get onto your last board, and $1,600 for your perpetual board. Now you're holding $6,200. This starts becoming life-changing. Now you're starting to plug some holes. You haven't fired your boss yet. Don't do what I did. Don't do the other way around. Get this income first. I had multiple income streams, and that's the goal. 7 income streams, my personal objective. This being one of them. Not firing your boss yet, because you want to have the perpetual income, and perhaps a couple of profiles, one for your wife as well, family members, and so on, as you're working through them. But that's different strategies. Now let's have a look, as the perpetual position gives you $11,200 on a $1,600 board, on and on and on. Here we go, $5,000, $40,000 when you leave. Let's have a look at those numbers. Works on exactly the same process. The only difference at the end of a $5,000 board is there is no other boards to gift onto. Really, I think $40,000 is a substantial amount of money. Let's not get too greedy. Greed kills. I've learned that as well. So you're now holding just $5,000. I'm saying just $5,000, but as you start to work through the process, so your mind increases and grows to the amount of money that you're actually receiving. A big problem that we all have when working in a JOB is we're taught to, and we learn to live to that income level that we're being given. And so our minds stop expanding to go, well, $40,000, I could never get that. Yes, you can. But it'll take you time. It'll process of helping you get through that point. A perpetual board is going to give you $35,000 every time you cycle out of that. By this time, you're going to know how to manage your money. You're going to have helped multiple other people. People around you will have seen that your whole persona, your whole attitude, your whole image has changed and grown, and they're going to be going, wow, what are you doing? And you say, well, it's quite interesting. Actually, come join a Zoom. They'll say, I don't want to join a Zoom. You say, no problem. You see, I still need a taxi driver, a waiter, a doctor, a lawyer. You stay in the job you want. But if you're ever interested in learning something extra, come and have a look. So let's recap some of these numbers here. It's through participating that it works. By just joining and dumping yourself in and saying, all right, that's it, let everybody else do it. It doesn't work. Imagine if McDonald's did that. They said, let's stop talking to people. Let's stop marketing. We're just going to stand here and wait. Or if you own your own business and you don't talk to people about it, how much income do you get? How much excitement do you get? You don't get anything. So here you share. You gift $100 once off. That's all it costs you. That's your own personal cost out of your pocket. Two like-minded people, like-minded. Petra's going to talk about that. And the summary after your first round going through this is $42,000. Can you see now why it's possible that anybody can achieve this? As Petra said, it's not a multi-level marketing with multiple different types of structures and things that I never really understood. I've done multi-level marketing and network marketing for years. But I love the simplicity. You connect with somebody, you gift them. When it's your turn, you receive. Powerful. Now, $49,700 is actually an understated number because it doesn't take into account that the 4 different perpetual boards are cycling on a different basis. But that's an example of the type of income that is possible by just following a few simple steps. I'm going to hand you back over to Petra. I get so excited about this. I need something.
Me too. Oh, Tim, thank you so much. I'm sure that by now, if this is someone's first time or even second or third time, if you're like me, your brain has just gone into overdrive. This is really simple, but obviously there's a lot of information. Pretty much what it boils down to is it's one $100 unconditional gift to someone else. So you're blessing someone else, you're gifting someone else $100. You're blessing them into abundance. Who knows what they're going to do with that gift? It's the best thing. So it's $100 gifts that you're gifting to someone, to another human being or a nonprofit or a cause, wherever you land. And then 2 like-hearted, like-minded people. You need to have these 2 to get or to advance to your perpetual boards. You'll still receive your gift, but as Tim was saying, this is a community. If there's no flow, there's no grow. That was shocking grammar, but I like the way it rhymes.
It worked.
It worked. So you do need the 2. If you don't have the 2 by the time you are legend, you'll just get sidelined on a sacred pause until you have your 2. The reason is so that it doesn't stop the flow of the board for everyone else. So everyone can keep gifting and receiving and moving on while you have the time to find your 2. As soon as you do, you just plug right back into where you left off. The algorithm notices, puts you back in, and cycle starts again. For your perpetual, same thing. Once you've received all your gifts as a legend, you gift back into your perpetual board and you advance to the next board. Same rules apply or same guidelines apply as your first cycle. So just remember, it's $100 once off and 2 people, that's it. But like we keep saying, I've lost count on how many people I've invited and brought along because I love this so much and the value is incredible, but you only need 2 people. So that's really it. So let's move on to the next one. So why Gift of Legacy? What makes us unique? Well, it's user-friendly. So there's a unique personal profile, which is so pretty, the back office. Informative and easy to use. So all the information's on your fingertips. Really exciting as well. The personal development program is going to be on there. So this is where you can expand your mind, expand who you are, connect with who you are. And I have to throw in there as well, Saturday, I'm going to be doing a training session at 10 o'clock about your values, your purpose, your why, how to align who you are, how you show up, the person you want to be, the impact that you want to create. So make sure that you're there on Saturday. Really important. If you've been stuck and you're unable to shift all the crap that's been going on in your life, be there on Saturday. 1 nugget is all that it takes for you to step up and level up. Okay, so there's a fail-safe system, which is our algorithm, which keeps the board moving, and it takes care of the new participants while rewarding the ex-participants. And this is through cross-pollination, which is really in the perpetual boards that gets activated with people, our global gifting community, that all gets dropped in and helps those boards move. So the boards might slow down a little bit if people aren't bringing their 2 like we're supposed to, but eventually the algorithm kicks in. So with this global community, remember that we are dealing with different cultures, with different upbringings and approaches. So let's just remember to be kind to one another, have patience and understanding as we all communicate. Use DeepL Translate or Google Translate. That's how I've been chatting with people. So much fun. So not limited to 2, but minimum 2. And then you can just happily invite as you go. There's a beautiful support team. Please note that when you go on to our giftoflegacy.com site, if you have a question on live chat, that you're dealing with another human being that has volunteered their time to support you and help you. So please be kind, please be gentle. It might take a week to get back to you because we only have so many volunteers. And also, please, can I reach out? We got a question today. We get questions like, how do I get a woman to like me when I've got all my money? Like, this is why it takes our team so long to get back to people. Please only ask relevant questions that are relevant to your profile. Okay, this isn't just a chatbot. And then fast track, there's multiple options for someone that wants to move through the boards at a faster pace. So if you have your gifts, if you are bringing on more people, this is where the boards unlock. So if you have $400 extra lying around and you've managed to invite 4 people, you can go from your $100 board and fast track to your $400. If you've got 6 people and $1,600 lying around that you can gift, it unlocks your gold board and onto your platinum board. If you have $5,000 and you have 8 people that you have confirmed, it will unlock your platinum board. So you can fast track from any position. This isn't a get rich quick scheme. So please keep that in mind. People always ask us, how long till I get to legend? How long till I get to receiving my gifts? How long till I get to platinum? If you think about $47,000, if it takes me a year to get $47,000 to receive that in gifts, good grief, that's going to change my life. So please just trust the process, do your bit, make sure that you're inviting 2 like-minded, like-hearted people to join you and duplicate it, and you will get there. So take your focus off the how quick am I going to get there. The system works. It's a mathematical certainty. It's been worked out and it does work. Just do your part. Okay, what else have we got here? All right, so there we go. Like-minded, like-hearted. Please do not share this on social media. Do not share this on YouTube. Guys, we want to make sure that the people we get into our community are people of integrity, people that we trust. There are so many scammers out there. If you're going to throw this on social media, guaranteed we are going to get more and more and more scammers joining. So you will be wrapped over the knuckles. And if you keep doing it, we are going to ask you to leave the community because you're not abiding by the ethics. So no filling of spaces. As much as I would love to create profiles for all my girls and my foster kids, they need to be responsible for bringing in 2 like-minded people as well. So we're not filling spaces for the sake of filling spaces. That's not going to help you. That's not going to help the boards move. So like-hearted, like-minded that are going to duplicate. Okay. So be the messenger, not the message. Like Tim said earlier, please don't go explain this all to someone. It's a lot of information. You're probably going to confuse yourself and them. Just say to them, hey, I've come across something amazing. Would love to do this with you. Don't you want to hop on a call so you can find out more? And then we'll do it for you. Definitely hop onto the other calls with the other presenters. Why we encourage you to come onto at least 3 Zooms a week. You might say, hey, I don't have the time. How long do you spend on social media browsing when you're on the couch, in bed? How long do you sit back and forth WhatsApp chats with people? You know what, we encourage 3 Zooms a week, especially at the beginning, so you can stay plugged in and fired up. Think about those WhatsApp groups that you've left or that you've muted when you don't hear from them. Do you think about them? Do you chat with them? Do you think about all the conversations? No, this is exactly the same. If you're not plugged in, it's not going to become part of your daily conversation, and you're going to lose that excitement, the fire, and the ability to inspire others those around you. All right, so definitely check out the different angles. And then follow the AIDA step-by-step system, which is part of our training on YouTube. Sorry, Tim and myself have both got frogs in our throats. So there's lots of training on our YouTube channel, so check that out as well. And then, like we said, Saturday at 10, lots of training that all of us give. So in closing, remember that there are no guarantees, just like everything in life. I've shared before, I'm doing rehabilitation training on my shoulder and my neck after a few injuries. Hubby, Craig, who's an amazing coach, he's doing the therapy and the training for me. But if I don't pitch up to do the therapy, nothing's going to happen. If I don't actually do the exercises, I'm not going to get better. I can buy all the cutest gym outfits. I can buy the coolest water bottle. I can drive there. If I'm not going to do the work, I'm not going to get the results. So this is the same. The success or failure of any participant depends on your willingness and my willingness to help others and follow the ethical principles of gift of legacy. That said as well, it remains the individual's participant, so yours and mine, remains our responsibility to ensure compliance to the tax laws in your country. Please pay Caesar what Caesar is due. Okay. Gift of Legacy, just remember again, decentralized platform with no third-party affiliation, ownership, or partnership. If you are going to be joining another group or lineage, there are some people that are trying to take shortcuts and create other systems within Gift of Legacy. Please know this is at your own risk. So when it doesn't work out, this has got nothing to do with Gift of Legacy or the algorithm. This is 100% because you chose to either gift your money or give your money to someone else, or jump on board to something else that they were doing, or cross-recruiting. So please just follow the steps, follow the system, and we'll all get there. It's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So Gift of Legacy is 100% peer-to-peer. Remember that when you're gifting your legend, the algorithm will tell you who to gift. It's that easy. Tim, do you want to take over?
You can see on the screen, maybe take a screenshot of this, and then also a note or ask the person who introduced you for our Telegram group where you get all the information. Because you'll see that as we're growing, this presentation is in languages all over the world. So we don't only think about people in your own community, your own country. We're global, and then plug them into the different times of the different presentations. So the main one being in English is 8 p.m. with South African time, GMT +2, Monday through to Friday, different presenters. So tomorrow, different people, Friday, different people. Come and hear the same story from a different perspective, as Petra has said. Saturday's training, and don't miss this. Let's get the numbers up. Even if you're not part of our community, join in on Saturday and just hear some of the information, the perspectives, and the free education that we share and that we give you. Petra's putting out her own time in preparation to actually be here for you for an hour on Saturday morning. It is going to be the most profitable Saturday morning that you've ever had. I know it's going to cost you a little bit of your time. What I don't know is how much it's going to cost you not to be there. You really want to plug into those. These are our we've only got 3 official channels on Telegram. I would recommend, it's the testimonial one, and Petra's going to introduce you to 2 phenomenal people who I had the absolute honor and privilege to meet last year in their beautiful little hometown. I'm just going to introduce you to them as they've got a brilliant testimonial to give where you can, this is unscripted, this is the unscripted part. And then the info only group is the essential ones. The other community one is people are chatting, asking questions. I would say use the chat box. Here you've got various other times. Take another screenshot: Italian, Spanish, Dutch, or German, and off you go around the world. I'm going to stop because I remembered that we're going to be chatting to Shireen now. Where are we? Let me just stop the screen share there. And there she is.
Here we go. I've asked you to unmute, beautiful. There you are.
I had the privilege of meeting her and her husband last year in this stunning, beautiful little town, and they hosted us, myself and my wife, for a lunch. And this was one of the, I took my wallet out afterwards, and they said, "Put it away. We're gifting you." I'm not used to receiving. There was a lesson. Shireen said, you need to start learning how to receive as well. So she's a massive support part of our support network, a volunteer like all of us, helps a lot of people, but she has a story to tell that I'm not going to do.
Thank you so much. It's so exciting being here. Sorry, Roy couldn't attend. He didn't have a spider bite that turned out to be tick bite fever, so he's been man down the whole week. So it's just me, but anyway, that'll do. So sure, there's so much I would love to share, but I would be here for an hour or 2. So I'll just try and keep it long. So I was one of the migrators, and I had 3 profiles, one for my daughter, my dad, and myself. And I remember having to do that first gift, which was like, oh my goodness. And then we decided to jump to the next board, and I phoned the lady on the board to say, hello, I've landed on your 400 board and I'd like to gift you. And she nearly burst into tears. And oh my goodness, my heart just exploded out of my chest because she was so appreciative and explained to me how she needed it. It couldn't have come at a better time. Anyway, I decided to jump one of the other profiles as well for my dad. So I phoned again and said, guess what? And she couldn't believe it. She really couldn't believe it. So it was very exciting. And then, of course, we did the whole migration thing. And when I landed this side, I ended up in a bronze board. And at first I was like, oh, I'm in a bronze board. But then I realized, oh my goodness, if I go to the corner store and buy a pint of milk or a liter of milk, I can't take it back to Woolworths and get a credit. I mean, like, go figure, who's going to do that? So I'd been given this beautiful position for free. And thank you. And now I've been having the most fun time of my life. Roy and I planted 2 seeds in Clarence, which is just it's the jewel of the Free State. It's a little town in the mountains, in otherwise a flat area. And the other day we got together and said, right, let's get everybody together who's part of Gift of Legacy and have a coffee. And oh my goodness, I only knew 3 faces there. But the whole town's starting to rock and roll. So exciting. And Roy and I, we've always said, we're going to light up Africa. We're going to light up Africa. I'm sick and tired of being a third world country and being looked down upon. I mean, heavens, Mark Shuttleworth went to the moon and Musk was doing what he's doing. Great minds come out of Africa. But we couldn't see how we were going to do it, just the 2 of us. And I must say now in Gift of Legacy, sure, it's being done. I mean, we've done little Clarence and it'll expand out to other places and other people. And when I see over 90 countries as part of this community, I'm just so excited and so happy. And I want to really say thank you to Chris and Cans and the team, because you're the way showers, the bridge builders, and without you, we wouldn't be here. And without technology, actually, 20 years ago, there was no internet, we were maybe faxing each other, writing letters. This couldn't have happened. It's perfect timing, perfect place, perfect space. I'm so honored to be here. And I've cried 3 times this week. I'm not going to cry again.
You're going to make me cry again.
No, it's right. It's here. The joy and the expansiveness is so wonderful. And the people I've met, I've met both of you guys, amazing. But even in my own little community, I've got friends, but you know what? It's like they're real friends. They really connect from the heart.
Oh, there she goes.
Oh, wonderful.
Okay, thank you.
Shireen,
Oh,
thank you so much.
We
Give our
love you.
best give our best to Roy. I hope he gets strong quickly.
Yeah. I
And,
just wanted to honor you, Shireen, and just so that everyone that's on here knows, this is one of our community, like all of us here, who really stepped up and gave of her time to volunteer. So when you are chatting on live chat, you're chatting with Shireen. She's one of the people you're chatting with. So there's the human that you're chatting with when you go into live chat. And just, the generosity that this beautiful woman and her hubby have, generosity of time, generosity of just being absolute sunshine, generosity. They hosted Craig and myself as well in their beautiful, beautiful guest house in Clarence. When you're in Clarence, you go to Shireen. So just, you are so generous. And Shireen and Roy, to me, are really the epitome of the community, because you've got that generosity of spirit where you just want to help and you just want to share others. And the beautiful thing is that you're doing that while you're helping yourself as well. So just thank you for all that you are, and thank you for all that you be to all of us in the community. So thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
And I think that that's just a high note. We can't get better than that. You've heard directly from somebody within the community just about what it is all about. So if you're the person who says, I just want to make money, fantastic, go for it. But what you're going to get is way, way, way more than that. And that's something which has opened up my mind and my heart as well as I go through this journey. So I'm looking forward to going back to Clarence again later this year without question. And when I was there last year, before we launched, there was 5 people, I think. And I think this time it's going to be, I don't know, 500.